Of course, it was not our best week for the premium group. I'm not hiding anything at all. These are the results that we had last Thursday and Friday, as we can see. And of course, it was really a tough week, my friends, for everyone, because the market was moving so unpredictably. And actually, there was a lot of news that have affected the signals quality for this week. Of course, we had some. We also had some good signals as well. And by the way, we started implementing gold signals right now in our premium group. And as we can see, the gold signal that we have sent last week has went all the way to the take profit number 3, making more than 100 pips of profit. Now, of course, for everyone who is actually doubting our signals, I just wanted to remind you, my friends, about our previous results. It's not even near to the results happened last week. I mean, 2 weeks ago, we ended the week with more than 805 pips of profit. And the week before that, I believe we had ended it with, I think, more than 600 pips, if I'm not mistaken. So 260 pips the week before. Look at that. These are our results from the week before. 867 pips. These are the results from January, from 10 till 14th of January. So please don't judge the service over just a few days. And the market actually was not stable at all during these days. These are the results from 17th January till 21st January, 895 pips. These usually are our results. What happened recently in the premium group doesn't present us at all, and we can't really promise profits every single week. There will be some bad days, and again, I'm telling you, we have to prepare for these days. So, of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today and hopefully we will see you there. Of course, it wasn't just a tough week for the premium group, but it was also a hard week for the analysis that I have made here on YouTube last week. I'm aware that many of the signals didn't really quite work properly. But again, my friends, the market was really unpredictable this week, or I mean last week, and we will do the best we can to make a proper analysis, and hopefully this time it will be accurate, and hopefully I will make sure that all of you will make good profits using the analysis that I'm going to send right now. Of course, there are some... I don't want to talk about the haters, but I'm aware that there are a lot of them who were actually have been waiting for me to fail, and I really don't understand how they are ignoring all these successful years that I have been sending the analysis, but sadly they just opening their mouths only when the analysis fails. And of course, most of that happened because of the fundamentals and the news. Of course, I'm not fully blaming the news, don't get me wrong. Maybe I made some mistakes, maybe I misread the market, but the fundamentals have actually played a huge role in what happened last week. Anyway, let me now start analyzing the market, and let's now begin with the Euro USD. Now, the Euro USD has obviously reached an overbought level, and as we can see, this level of a resistance at 1.14496 has actually been a very strong level as a resistance, and most likely the Euro USD right now, after this overbought level, most likely is gonna be continuing the fall for this coming days of this week. Now, allow me to show you something. Now, from my experience, what we can see right here, that we're having here a strong support level, exactly like that. So there is a chance right now that we're having right here a false breakout from that level of a support at 1.12618. Now, there is a chance actually for the Euro USD to continue the fall all the way, reaching that level of a support at 1.12618, and after that the market will continue the rise. There is a probability that this was actually a false breakout, and therefore the market most likely will continue the fall till it retests that broken support level. It has to retest that level before it continuing the rise. Now let me just share with you something. This is of course being analyzed on the daily chart. If we move to the 4-hour time frame, now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that we have here at least a broken resistance level at 1.13294, and I believe that the Euro USD is going to continue the fall till it reaches that level of a previous resistance. Now, remarkably, we're having here also a support trend line just like that, and the market has, it seems like the market has finally made the bullish breakout from that support trend line. So most likely, Oh, sorry, let me just rephrase that. Sorry, it's my mistake. Let me just make it correct. Just make it correct, and exactly just like that. Yes. So we had right here a supported trend line, and the market has made the bearish breakout from that level, and it has created a strong resistance. Not as strong. It has created a resistance trend line. Then after that, the market has immediately made the bullish breakout from that level. And of course, my friends, this movement right here was due to the NFP, non-farm payroll news, and the unemployment rate news from the United States. Now what happened next? That the market most likely will make a correction after reaching the overbought level at the resistance at 1.14680. The market right now is going to continue the fall to make the correction right here, and that support trend line most likely is gonna be respected again. That being said, we have to look at the strongest support and resistance levels. Therefore, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this support right here at 1.13542 is going to be our target. So most likely we will have to start shorting the Euro USD at the peak of the resistance right here at 1.14496, and the target eventually has to be right here, this previous support right here, and also of course the support trend line that we're having, and of course also it was a resistance trend line. So this resistance trend line most likely is gonna be retested again and gonna become a new support trend line. I believe it's an accurate analysis, and I believe this is how the Euro USD is going to continue the move. That being said, of course, let's now also look at the level, or the current level, to be aware where we can exactly start shorting the Euro USD. If I'm not mistaken, all we need to do right now is move to the smaller time frame, such as 30-minute time frame. So right now on the 30-minute time frame, we can notice clearly that the market has created right here a strong resistance level at 1.14689, and the Euro USD right now is facing a support level at 1.14486. Most likely the Euro USD is going to bounce on that level of a support to make another pullback, and that resistance right here will be revisited again, and from that level we can start shorting the Euro USD, and the target will be at 1.13542, as I have mentioned earlier. So we have to wait for the Euro USD to rise to another 20 pips before we can start shorting it. Therefore, sell the Euro USD at 1.14689, and the target, my friends, will be exactly at this level of a previous support. So meaning we will be aiming about 114 pips of profit. Hopefully it will be a good profit. 1.13542 is the target from the Euro USD. Let's now move back to the 4-hour time frame. Now regarding the safe zone actually shouldn't be reaching higher than, let me just show you. Look at that. We are having right here a previous support exactly at 1.15113. That should be actually our safe zone. The Euro USD shouldn't be able to reach higher than that, and if the Euro USD will ever be going against our signal or our direction, most likely we have to expect from the pair to continue the rise till it reaches that previous support level, and after that is going to continue the fall. Of course, I have to remind you again, don't rush to open your trade. Always wait for the best moment, and we have to actually be like hunters. We are just hunting, my friends, the good setups on the pairs. Therefore, we have to be careful and wise about our trades. Make sure that you are just waiting for the perfect moment to open your trade. Don't ever set any pending orders right here. Please, pending orders is not an option. Always make sure that you are waiting for the price action to happen, such as a pin bar or a doji or a reversed hammer or a hammer. Just anything that can tell us that the market will continue the fall right now, or is getting actually ready to start the fall. But don't ever place your sell order exactly at the level that I have mentioned. This level actually is mentioned as a zone area. So you have to be aware that we can start shorting the Euro USD once it's actually entering the zone right here. So I'm just advising you to start shorting the Euro USD at that level, but don't ever strict yourself to the level exactly to set a pending order and open the sell order exactly at that level. That might be actually a mistake, because the market might be able to make a strong bullish movement right here and therefore the trade might be in loss. So again, that's everything for the Euro USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the Pound USD. Now regarding the Pound USD, we have first to move to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we can notice that currently the market is moving in a very strong bearish movement. And seems like the Pound USD is actually respecting that level of a channel that the pair is currently moving inside. But this is of course on daily chart, and this channel is way too huge actually. So we need actually to narrow that channel. So what we will do is we will start the channel exactly right from here, exactly just like that, and here it is, the channel, my friends. So most likely with the next movement for the Pound USD is going to be like this, and at least it's gonna continue the fall, in my opinion, till it reaches that level of a support at 1.33670. So now, after analyzing on the daily chart the general movement for the Pound USD, let's now go to the 4-hour time frame to identify where exactly we can start shorting this pair. So currently we can notice that the Pound USD is actually facing a previous support level. So remarkably, this previous support level has already become a new resistance right here. But is the Pound USD going to continue the fall immediately? I actually doubt that. Most likely the Pound USD is actually going to continue the rise till it reaches a better level to start the fall, or to start the pullback. So currently it's gonna start the pullback, but however it's going to continue the rise till a certain level, and let's now find it out together. So if we check carefully the market right now, the Pound USD is right now facing a support level at 1.35176. Look at the past as well, we can notice that this was a strong resistance level as well. So by looking at the 30-minute time frame right now, remember, we now move to the 30-minute time frame. Now on the 30-minute time frame, we have to look at the levels so we can see clearly that we're having right here a support zone, as we can see, and it was a resistance zone as well. Right now, the Pound USD has just reversed from that support zone, as we can see, which means it's going to continue climbing its way till it reaches a strong key resistance level where we can start shorting the pair. So by looking at the 30-minute time frame, we can tell clearly that the level of 1.35580 was actually a very strong resistance level. And most likely, the Pound USD won't be ignoring this level. Let me just scroll more to the left, and we can see clearly, look at that, yes, it was a strong resistance level, and the Pound USD has been struggling to break out from that level. That being said, most likely this is gonna be actually a better level to start shorting the Pound USD. However, we have to wait for the pair to rise to another 31 pips before we can start actually shorting it. Let me just write the signal for you to save your time. So here goes your signal for the Pound USD. Again, please don't rush at all to place your trade, my friends. Be aware about the market's condition and make sure that you are waiting for the best moment to open your trade. Wait for a price action, wait for something to confirm your entry before you proceed and start shorting it. Again, the safe zone is ranging till the peak of the highest resistance level at 1.36037. That's going to be, in my opinion, the maximum where we can expect from the pair to go against our direction, and also it's going to be reaching the peak of the resistance right here at that resistance trend line, and afterwards the eventual or the target will be right here at that previous support level at 1.34605. Remarkably as well, we are having right here a support trend line just like that, exactly just like this. So we can see clearly that the market has finally made the bearish breakout from that support trend line, and the market has also retested that level right here. So the retest for that broken support trend line has already happened. Therefore, I believe now again, it's really a good idea to start shorting the market exactly from the level I have mentioned, and therefore the target will be right here, the nearest strong key resistance level at 1.34605, which means the target will be approximately 96 pips. That's everything for the Pound USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the AUD USD. So the AUD/USD, I believe, is obviously going to continue the fall, and most likely the trend is going to continue the fall till it reaches the support level right here at 0.69740. This price action right here indicates that most likely the market will continue the fall. And let me just tell you something. This is actually one of my strategies which actually rarely fails. So we are having right here a resistance level, and then we had right here what we can call like a false breakout. Now, what is false breakout? A false breakout is actually when the market fails to actually break out from the level. It make actually what we can see, what seemingly is a bullish breakout, then immediately another bearish breakout candle appears, and therefore the market is actually looking like this. It's making like the M letter shape. We can see the same happened right here. So let me just continue. So what's usually the market's behavior for such a price action or such a pattern is that resistance right here at 0.70995 most likely is going to be respected again, and after that the market will continue the fall. If we check the history, a very similar thing has happened right here. So we had right here a resistance level, then we had what we can call the false or the fake breakout from that level of a resistance. So it has actually fooled us, making us that the market has made a breakout from that level, then immediately has went below that level of the resistance again. Then again, the market has remarkably reached the same level of that previous resistance. This is actually happening almost all of the time. We can see it again where let me just scroll more to the left to show you example of where this has happened. I'm just looking here and there, hoping to find the one I'm looking for. We can see something like this, my friends. So we are having here a resistance, a false breakout, and again the market has went all the way to the same level of that resistance. Same also for the support. We had right here a support, we had a false breakout, and again the market has went all the way, reaching the actual level of a previous support. So that's why I believe most likely the AUD/USD will be good to be starting to actually sell at that level of a previous resistance at 0.70995, and the market will continue the rise till it reaches that level of a previous resistance, and after that we can start shorting the pair. So let me just now write for you the signal. So there goes your signal for the AUD/USD, and I have to remind you again and every time to wait for the price action before you start shorting the pair. Don't ever set any pending orders or start to sell the pair immediately from that level. Just make sure that these are, I actually want to change the name. I think we should never call them signals anymore. They should be called advices. That's actually, I think, better. It's better to call them advices, because I don't want anyone to call it as a signal anymore. It's not really a signal, it's just an advice to start shorting from that level, and now it's up to you how you are handling this signal. I don't want to take any responsibility for what might happen if this signal has failed. These are just my advices, and it's up to you how to use it. But I really recommend you to wait for the market to show any price action indicates a bearish reversal. Then after that we can start the sell process, and we can expect to make 89 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be reaching till the highest level of the resistance at 0.71405, equivalent to 41 pips only. That's everything for the AUD/USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the USD CAD. So regarding USD CAD, I actually have given a lot of thoughts for this pair, and most likely the USD CAD is going to continue the rise for this week. I believe it's a very strong bullish movement right now, and even though right now we are actually facing a resistance zone right here, most likely let me tell you something. This is actually interesting. Do you remember what I just told you about the false breakout on the resistance levels? Well, here it is. Exactly just like that. So we had right here the real level of a support, and then we had right here the false breakout, and the market has went all the way again, respecting that level of a previous support level, as we can see. So these things actually are reliable, and I believe this theory about the support and resistance is working quite well. So therefore, after seeing that, most likely the general direction for the USD CAD will be to the rise. Therefore, we have to start looking for the level where we can start buying the USD CAD. Now, after confirming the direction on the daily chart, let's move to the 4-hour time frame. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, it's really simple, and I will show you the way to find the best level to start the buy process. First of all, we can use the support trend line just like that. So we can tell clearly that the USD CAD actually might fall all the way, respecting that level of a support trend line, and afterwards is going to continue the rise. Now, another way is to actually draw your support trend line just like that. And that is actually one of the strategies I'm teaching on my channel, which called the magic of trend lines. So this is, I have drawn here my support trend line from this lower low to this higher low. And all I need to do right now is just simply dragging this level of a support trend line and just place it right here exactly just like right here. So we can see clearly that we had here a support trend line, and it has become a resistance trend line, and it has already become a new resistance trend line, but the market has again made immediately a strong bullish movement, or a bullish breakout from that level. So most likely that support trend line, since it's actually a strong key support trend line, most likely is going to be respected again, and the market will continue the fall till it reaches that level of a support trend line, and after that is going to be respected. Keep in mind that this analysis is almost as the same as this one. So we can see clearly that either ways it's working well. So it's just another way to confirm the entry for the USD CAD. Now, after confirming all of this on the trend line level, let's now look at the horizontal support and resistance to find the strongest support level. So by looking carefully, we can notice it clearly right here, exactly right here, my friends, that we had on the left a strong key support level, and if we scroll more to the left, we can see it was also a key support level, and it was a resistance level as well, and it was also another strong key support level. Therefore, the level of 1.27260 is actually a strong level and cannot be ignored. We have to wait for the USD CAD to fall to another 38 pips before we can start buying the pair. Let me now write for you the signal. So here goes your signal for the USD CAD. The edge of the safe zone will be ranging till the lowest level of the support at 1.26792, which means it will be ranging for about 46 pips only. Meanwhile, the take profit level has been marked exactly at the highest level of the resistance as 1.28290, which means we are aiming approximately 104 pips profit from this signal. Again, wait for the price action and don't rush to open your trade. Just make sure that you are just waiting for the perfect moment to open your trade. So that's everything for the USD CAD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the USD JPY. So regarding the USD JPY, it seems to me like if we look at the daily chart, we can notice that right now the pair is seemingly making a head and shoulders pattern. Indicates that most likely the USD JPY will continue the fall this week, but we have to be very, very careful for the movement of this pair. It's actually a little bit bullish at the moment, but however, we are paying attention also to the pattern which has appeared right now of the head and two shoulders. So going back to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that we had right here a resistance level at 115.406, and right now the USD JPY has reversed exactly right on that level. Now what I am thinking actually is that the USD JPY is going to continue the fall upon the pressure from the resistance at 115.530, and will continue the fall all the way till it reaches at least the support right here at 114.571. Again, let's go back to the daily chart. So on the daily chart, we can notice clearly that right now we had here a first attempt of a support at 0.327. So most likely the USD/JPY will reverse upon the pressure from the resistance right here and goes all the way to create at least a support number 2. What happens next is not our concern, since we are actually going to make this as our take profit level. Therefore, if we check again the 4-hour time frame, this price action, my friends, usually indicates a bearish reversal. I usually trust this price action, and since we can see the appearance of it on a resistance level, most likely I believe the USD/JPY will continue to fall immediately at the opening of the market tomorrow. But still, we have to always be careful about choosing our entries to start buying or selling. Now, let me just tell you, on the 1-hour time frame, we can see right now that the USD/JPY is facing a pressure from the support at 115.160. So therefore, I believe easily the pair will make a pullback and continue to rise again till it reaches the level of the resistance at 115.406, and that is going to be the resistance number 2, and we will start shorting the pair at that level. So let me now write for you the signal. Here goes your signals, my friend, for signal for the USD/JPY. As I have mentioned, the lowest level of the support at 114.385 is going to be our target, which means we are expecting to make 101 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging for about 43 pips only. And again, we have to wait for the price action before we can start shorting the pair. That's everything for the USD/JPY. Let me now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the USD/CHF, which is actually a bit confusing for everyone right now. The USD/CHF has been ranging on this channel for quite a long time. This channel right here. Exactly like that. So the pair is actually trapped inside this channel, and right now all we can do right now is looking at the strongest key support and resistance levels, and based on them we will decide our entries. Currently we can see that the USD/CHF is facing a strong bullish movement. However, I believe that the eventual target for this pair will be the other side of the channel at the resistance on 0.93381. Now it's a matter of where exactly we can start buying the USD/CHF. Now it's clear for me as well that we're having here a support trend line, and the pair is actually respecting that level. And if we can see right here, we can drag this support trend line, and we can notice that every single time the market has actually been respecting that level. And look at that. Right now, we are having here the strong key support trend line level, and the market has respected that level again. And even right here and right there as well, and of course right here, these are all a strong key support trend line levels. Right now we will use the same trend line to determine where exactly we can start buying the pair. All we need to do right now is switching to the 4-hour time frame. So after confirming the direction on the daily chart, let's now confirm where we can start buying this pair on the 4-hour time frame. So right here on this time frame, we can see clearly that we are having here a strong key support level, and of course it's a trend line level, and right now we are having right here the strong bullish breakout from that level. Now my concern here is every single time the pair has moved or actually made a bullish breakout from that support trend line, the market did not really respect that level for a long time. It didn't respect it right here and right here and right. You can say it respected right here, but however right here it didn't really respect the level. But again, we are right now looking at the peak of the resistance right here actually, since we're having right here also the false breakout. Therefore there is a chance that exactly what I have told you before about the Euro USD and the Pound USD scenarios will be repeated again. So meaning we can start buying the USD CHF right from that level, and the target most likely will be the resistance right here at 0.92900, which means the signal for the USD CHF this week is gonna be a little bit small, which means exactly this is gonna be our target, and that is exactly where we can start buying the pair. Exactly right from here at that previous, let me just show you. at that previous resistance level, which is the nearest one to the bullish breakout candle, which means we can expect to make about only 50 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging for only 27 pips. I know it's too little, but that's actually what is the safest option for me to give you this week for the USD CHF. So let me now write for you the signal. There goes your signal for the USD CHF, my friends, and the safe zone again will be ranging for just 27 bips till 0.91995 till it's actually the lowest level of that strong key support level. And keep in mind that we are actually relying on that strong key support trend line level. So if the pair will be able to actually make a bearish breakout from that level of the support trend line, then most likely it means that this trade or this setup is no longer valid. We just have to wait for the USD CHF to fall to another 27 pips before we can start buying the pair. That's everything for the USD CHF. Let me now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the gold. Now actually regarding gold, I have given a lot of thoughts to the gold, and I was thinking to give you a buy signal to the gold because the eventual target will be right here, the resistance at 1825.93. However, I actually have changed my mind because the gold right now is moving in very high volatility and it's very fast pair. Therefore, I believe that our best option after this false breakout happened, and most likely this strong bearish breakout candle won't be ignored easily, and we're having right here at 1825 a very strong resistance level. We can see how every single time what I have just told you about the Euro USD and the Pound USD and the USD CHF, the same has happened every single time. So we had right here the real resistance level, and then we had the false breakout, and then again those attempts of a resistance has been also respected right here. This is, my friends, happening every single time, and we can see it happened also right here, exactly right here. So we had right here the real resistance level, then we had the false breakout, then the market has went all the way up again, retesting or revisiting the same level of the real resistance at 1875. That pushes me actually to think or believe that most likely the gold will continue the rise right here and reaches the same level of the previous resistance, which I highly doubt that it's going to be ignored, and most likely the gold will be good to be short exactly right from that level, and the target eventually will be at 1754. Not to mention, of course, that we had right here a support trend line which has been broken out from exactly just like that, and we can expect from the gold to reach this level as a retest of the broken support trend line. All of that tells me that most likely the gold will continue the rise, and this strong movement right here of course happened due to the unemployment rate news on last Friday. Therefore, we have to wait for the gold to rise to another 180 pips before we can start shorting it. And let me just tell you, if we go back to the daily chart, the target will be right here, the lowest level of the support at exactly 1770, I would say. Exactly, that's even better. And the safe zone will be ranging just till higher than that level of a resistance, because since actually we are relying on this kind of setup that this is the real level of the resistance, and we are hoping for the pair to respect that level. That's gonna be the edge of our safe zone, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 185 pips. Meanwhile, the target will be a big score of 558 pips. Again, please be extra careful when you are trading the gold. It's not a joke at all to trade the gold, my friends, especially with this time. Again, I am telling this for the millionth times. Right now we are having the potential war between Russia and Ukraine, and these news, my friends, really affecting the gold more than you can imagine. So the target will be right here, 1770.48. That's my theory about the gold. It's in the end just an advice from my end, and it's up to you how to deal with this signal. Please make sure that you are ready for any potential losses that might happen, and remember, You're a forex trader, meaning you are an investor, meaning you are actually investing a dedicated amount for this trade. It's not a game, it's not something to play with. If you are not a serious trader, then please don't enter this signal. It's for the serious traders only, for those who are prepared for the losses and of course aiming a very big profits. You can notice that I'm talking about the losses more than the profits, because I want everyone to tattoo this in their minds, that the losses are part of Forex. It's impossible that you will never lose in Forex. If you think that you can always make profits every single day, then I'm telling you, please now quit this job or quit this business and don't even think about it, because it's not yours. You have to prepare always for the losses and make sure to not blame anyone but yourself. All what I'm doing right here is just giving you my advices, my analysis, and it's really up to you how to handle it. And that's it from my side. I think that's everything. So in the end, I believe it's going to be a very profitable week, and hopefully everyone will make good profits using this analysis. So in the end, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.